They say little Teddy likes to have a good time. My, oh my. Little Teddy comes alive at midnight every night. My mama doesn't trust little Teddy. My, oh my. Little Teddy's only here for one thing. Let's go, but so am I. Well, little Teddy and me are after the same thing? That's so moist! Well, it's Happy National Kiss and Makeup Day on Gene Simmons' birthday. 67 years old. May he live long and prosper. Well, I'm gonna take so much! I'm gonna take so much! I'm gonna take hold of my food blogs! You're trying to be saturated! Oh, thanks. Another one too. Pile. Another one bites the dust. That's what the Teddy says. But Steffi Graf said to a fan who wants to marry her, how much money do you have? I love me some Steffi Graf. I love me some tennis single bracelets. Feed, felicitation, COVFEFE, Kofefe, drool. Cringy, scringy, okay. Don't eat my shirts! These are vocal training exercises so I can enunciate and pronounce them correctly. Asterisk, I'm not going from anybody else doing sitcoms. I was thinking about Deborah. Ministers should do candlelight vigil for all the humans who died from Middle Eastern countries' conflicts. They should mandatory cultural exchanges instead of mandatory military service from Middle East countries like Israel, Iran, and Arab countries like Dubai. Sharing food is love. We can respect each other's language, religions, cultures, and traditions. And if someone wants to have marijuana or alcohol, it should be legal so they don't overdose and die. 60% of the time, I have a face for little Teddy every time. What the world needs now is for little Teddy and a single fan member of little Teddy to propose to me right now on Instagram. That is just the one thing that this world has too little of. If USA gives around technology to make practical amounts of fresh water from salty water, Iranians will love Trump so much. Iranians will love a golf course with Trump inside of Iran and a Disney World franchise inside of Iran too for Trump. Cynicism poisons the heart. Never lose hope, my dear heart. Miracles dwell in the invisible. Hashtag gloomy, are you a man? I'll have a Michael Jackson sounds of having on the food menu. Hee. Michael Jackson saying this, and nobody really cares for the Middle East. We Middle Easterners care for peace and coexistence in the Middle East, by the Middle East, for the Middle East. In the name of democracy, like Charlie Chaplin, let's unite. Parkour, peace out. Hearts of light of love, illuminated well, where their mosque or synagogue they dwell. Have their names written in the book of love, and vexed by hopes and fears of hell. He beneath the bow, flashed the donkey on the book of verse, and the county poetry, and all the sister of seeing the Chinese planting never were under well. Carry for the sake of karaoke, the wilderness is paradise now. I'll have a 10 second what's trying to test and race the sounds of happiness on the food menu. So moist, and they make music. That's the music you make when you're making baby. Baby! The other white meat. I want my baby back, little tiny baby back ribs. That's the same sound you make when you're making a baby and you're giving birth to a baby. The marathon session of 2 to 3 hours of tennis. Righteous! Okay. These are vocal training exercises so I can enunciate words and pronounce words correctly. For all my relatives, second member of time and space. Culture opens doors. Policies closes doors. C, fuck you, fuck me. 20 spells of 20 nations, 20 like $1 this time. Give me a 5 time with the Persian word of the day. The Clearwater Trinity. Persian word of the day is chant. In Persian we say sho'ar. Sho'ar. Chant. 2 syllables. Sho'ar. 3 syllables. I overcount syllables because I overpronounce and over-enunciate. It's my style. Showtime, protest time, or group shouting. Show, my matey, Pilar. Paris protest show is terrible. LMFO, LOL. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Hashtag allergy, hashtag respect, hashtag wicked, hashtag bullet, hashtag my wife. This is a parody ode. And what's more important is that Shula gets a new elevation tomorrow, we're party like a foundation. False piece of fabric, it's the same old golden old Buddha Bay dance, Roy, Roy, Khan, the Roy, Khan, This is important non-government organization, non-public organization, Persian Language Foundation, PLF, EFL, positive ULOs to support Kenyan Ujuaz against the emotion of good members of the book, like a flamingo version for the best. I'm going to do culture news of the day to Clearwater Trinity. Chant first, regret later. The consequences of Iran's death rhetoric. For Iran's rulers, wishing death upon enemies is mostly rhetoric. rarely acted on, but often carrying real consequences. Death to America has long been a staple, painted on walls, painted on billboards, shouted from pulpits. So too, death to Israel, which has grown louder. So too has death to Israel, which has grown louder after unrelenting Israeli strikes. They bombed the building to kill a commander, and scores of his neighbors were also killed, one user said to social media, justifying the chance of resurgence. Sometimes the slogans extend to death to England or France, Germany, despite officials' anger at its nuclear stance is spared, not for politics, but for lack of a poetic rhyme in Persian. At times the death wishes border on the absurd. A video once showed an elderly deaf man shouting, "David, David, us Isa," during a protest in Tehran. Asked what David meant, he replied, "David means death," a misheard version of "Down with USA." In the 1990s, after a man in Denmark burned a Quran, angry crowds in Tehran responded with chants of "Death to Denmark" and torched a popular Danish pastry shop, baffling local shopkeepers. Well, that's messed up. More recently, a city council member in Rasht called on Israel to assassinate Iran's new prime president, Masoud Pezeshkian. The call was so bizarre it drew public ridicule as well as official anger. The council later claimed it was a joke. But some threats aren't laughed off. In Rome, senior clerics have openly called on Muslims to kill U.S. President Donald Trump, though some in Tehran insist these figures don't speak for the state. One mid-level cleric placed $1 million bounty on Trump and Netanyahu. Remarks aired uncensored on state TV. The rage may stem from Trump's mockery of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei's victory claim in the war with Israel. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi even urged U.S. officials to stop Trump from insulting the Supreme Leader. Khamenei's advisor Ali Rajani and his brother Mohammad Javad, former parliamentary speaker and human rights chief respectively, have both issued assassination threats against Trump and France's Emmanuel Macron. President Pezeshkian tried to downplay the chants in an interview with Tucker Carlson, arguing they weren't aimed at the American people or their leaders, but his response felt tone deaf, failing to acknowledge how offensive these slogans are. Some argue that headliners are deliberately stoking these flames to damage a new government and block diplomacy. This conduct could prove costly, conservative analyst Abbas Salimi Namin warned in an interview with news reporters. State TV must act responsibly and avoid giving airtime to radicals and troublemakers. The reformist website Ruyaydad24 echoed that concern on the same day. Radicals fear the national unity forged during and after the war with Israel. The Outlook said in an editorial, they oppose dialogue and seek to monopolize power. They will stop at nothing to tarnish the government's image. That is so boring. But that's the new stuff. I had to say something meaningful to all my nephews and nieces. It's the cultural news, food, dance, music news, Clear Trinity. Food, dance, and music, the holy trinity of good times that we like to savor. I just finished eating a watermelon. So I burped and I hiccuped. I just hiccuped again. My burping is as Millie soon as say thanks by burping. Now I'm going to do the same old oldie Buddha dance to vocal training exercises VOCL so I can announce you when I pronounce words correctly like every other sitcom. Asterix, I'm not going from every other sitcom as long as I get my Deborah. He had a big nose, but I don't think his nose was broken like mine. Mine takes me having a bad big nose to a whole nother level. Wah! My hair is wet, that's why it looks a little thin. If I use conditioner, you won't even notice that. You see very beautiful hair. I'm very sensitive. I want to be a 35 and Ecclesiology virgin who is living the good life, ladies, and is fit fitness, good life. Okay. Now here comes the Buddha Belly dance. What up? What up? Karaoke, that's not, here we go. Another summer day has come and gone away. I've been to Paris and Rome, but I want to go home in Iran. No place like home, yeah, like Wizard of Oz movie. And what is more, it's also like the extraterrestrial movie, E.T. Because they have a Buddha belly like extraterrestrial, foreigner, alien. First all the world problems. Look at me go. It looks like I'm a gladiator. Just beautiful muscles and a big Buddha belly instead of an 8-pack. I like to compare my body to the Persian wolf, Harry Chupin. Arnold Schwarzenegger told him, look at this monster. Get to the chopper. It's not a tumor. Unless it is a tumor. In that case, all you mamacitas, mamias can do these exercises with me. And we can try to get through this cancer battle together by effing cancer up. The charity F cancer. It's better than trying to cure cancer. We're going to F cancer up. We're going to have no mercy. We're going to take our lives back from cancer. For everyone who's affected by breast cancer, ovarian cancer, or prostate cancer, we can do this. Those are the main cancers we point out, just to show how common cancer is. But we talk about effing all cancer up. And why separate into little niches when you don't have to? They might have places where they benefit areas you wouldn't overlook otherwise. Okay. I got a Buddha belly. Look at me go. That's a bit straighter. I want to go like this to be comfortable. Because I got lumbar disc herniation, you see? In 2005, grade 10 of high school, John was down 1 meter higher than 120 pounds. I got lumbar disc herniation. 2007, grade 12 of high school, I got most valuable player for volleyball, for a spiker. But I couldn't do any more ab workouts. I had Buddha belly. I had lost my 8-pack. And something was wrong with lumbar disc herniation. Stupidity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's why I'm against the law in Australia, banning under 16 years of age using social media like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. That's for more youth to vote for more parkour, and so they can do extreme outdoor sports. Whenever gives you links, the sticks next to catch them because they're accountable to the parents, grandparents, uncles, aunties, cousins, the whole shebang. I'm crazy and I like it. Loca, loca, loca. I have a man here looks like a manta fish, fin, head, tail. The Persian Bible that Hardy Chupin doesn't have this Persian wolf. My man hair goes down the happy trail, but it's quiet on me. It's not gonna kill me. I'm shooting on the pangirani, too fast, too furious. The manta fish. It's not gonna kill me. I'm too fast, too furious. I'm shooting on the pangirani. Eat, you wanna go home? Yeah, fellas, eat, you wanna go home? You know what home is? Home is not a place. Home is your relatives are. Why am I talking like this? I'll tell you why I'm talking like this. Because I love my mama. Every day is Mama's Day, especially Father's Day. We celebrate Mother's Day, especially hardcore on Father's Days. To overshadow it. There should be no Father's Day. Every day should be Mother's Day. That's what I'm talking about, boots me off others. So what if the father brings home some bread? Or makes some bread in a pizza oven? Or tries to play you in foosball and defeat you? The key word is try. Do or do not. There is no try. He has to try. Now look at these guns. How can he get past this? How's that for pepper in foosball? But seriously, I want home is not a place. Home is your relatives are, because where your relatives are, you're surrounded by crowds of your nephews, your nieces, your relatives, the aunties, the uncles. May all the grandparents rest in peace. It's a peaceful moment. You're separated by your past, present, and future relatives, and all your loved ones in one place. And you can live for the moment, and hopefully you can start your own family. And you can have very talented musical children like Jackson 5, but without all the drama. Michael Jackson, Miafalers. That's what I'm talking about, Miafalers. We could be called the Itchy Buns. The Itchy Buns. Their buns are itchy, you get it? Itchy Bun, lipstick for men. Friends sitcom reference. Joey doesn't share food! I'm so hairy. You're a wizard, Harry. Really? I knew there was a reason why I'm so hairy. Okay. Oh, there's how the going and damn, Scott wants to go and then get go to go and no! That's how the Scott just going to go spend us come on straight party ooze, whoever there ooze, whoever you hit. Just maybe this is crazy. He's my deathmatch. They're going to the Instagram and all the other food tasters try to chase me. But he's my deathmatch. They're going to the Instagram. I'm making food tasting back in their back. Yeah. The mother food tasters don't know how to blog. Yeah. This is Harry OD to Mr. Taster on Instagram. I repeat this. Yeah, my Mr. Tasters. The hangover taster. Oh! And because of Beyonce parkour. And that's food tasting for all you meal fuckers out there. And that's how we taste food. It's minty fresh. Now if your niece is why you eat raw potato. I'm sick. I like eat raw potato, baby fever. Now if your niece is why you yogurt mint. Yogurt mint. It's delicious. Baby fever. But it's immediately followed by shame and lack of dignity. Because we do not have enough money to buy raw potato and yogurt and mint for nephew and niece in our homes in Iran. We do not have enough electricity, drinking water, or gas for our homes in Iran. We have to drill deeper and deeper wells for water to wash ourselves in our homes in Iran. It's a dirty drink. It's a dirty. Why am I hitting myself with my ass? I'm trying to show the future man of my child. I'm hitting bag, punching bag below the neck, above the waist. I can go to pregnancy pain with her. She can use a punching bag. Here, only in this area. $1 buys you 95,000 units of currency. You know what? That one French fries, that one American fries, Freedom fries, USA, make America great again, make Israel great again, make Iran great again. Mega. Make all the countries of the world great again. Come together right now over me. These were words of angels, let it be. I know how we can stop AIDS. Hashtag let's stop AIDS. Everybody should have courses in the same generation age pools themselves. That way you do not inherit AIDS onto the next generation. It takes you 10 years to have an idea of AIDS, but by the time you give it to the next generation of people. Think about it. If you have courses with the younger generation age pools, so you have courses with the classmates of your nephew and nieces. Only I could do that. Mwah! What do you expect? My moist 35-year kinesiology virgin who likes to live a good life. Of course you're going to be all cringy and abuse the system. That's the hard cover goes and go from sales on blog way and fellow she says something so good. That's why she plays the trade of choices I can't remember who's done something to like another one words down there, back it's always even she had another talk, so la. Immediately last night I should like I've been saying I should like a person's walk, I should on she has yes, kicked around. Take me off and close, take me off and close, it's getting hot and this me having club. It's getting hot and this me having club. Bum, take close up, bum, take close up, take close up. Get naked, down. I like big fat goat butts and again I like young me off and still goat skin and then I want to go around to another park and face around thinking your face you get sprung. It's getting hot in here, so hot I'm taking off all my clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off and shower. Fishing mother shower like the paper frack ball, football. Otherwise she's all stand with substance. Hips and shows all the work, such for birthing my giant and I go to babies. Fashion accessory 1, making fashion accessory 2, ode to fashion watercolor paintings. May rest in peace. He recently passed away at 90-ish years old. And the 10-minute contract that I have with my future mother and my child is going to say there are no goodbyes in love, and it's going to be a divorce after we have some babies. And then I'm going to have another wife and another wife. 10 marriage contracts on another, because so I don't live one life. YOLO, you only live once, you do a 10 marriage contract once. I'll have a 10 seconds sounds having a food menu. I'll have a Michael Jackson sounds having a food menu. All Michael Jackson sounds to sing that nobody really cares about Middle East. We Middle Easterners care for the Middle East, for the Middle East, in the democracy. Like Charlie Chandelier, let's unite, parkour, peace out.